like you would have a lot of distractions in college.
Yeah. He was selling out the car, but boom, boom, boom. Like,
two guys that know the street sneaker lifestyle.
Like, bro, you got to put your merch in here. You got to put your merch in here. But he set me off every time. He would just be like, yeah, let's do it. And then never hit me.
Shout out to YouTube University.
I learned how to tie a tie through YouTube.
To be honest,
I learned
invest in Bitcoin.
The book say you make 100,000. Don't mean you make that, but you got to put that back in.
I wouldn't cheat myself. I would take it more serious and study and really.
You got that killer mentality, that Mamba mentality.
Because now I'm reading like no other.
Three things that hold people back: fear of failure, fear of success, and fear of judgment.
Like, what? You're gonna make me split the bill? You don't want to
I
ask me out.
that one before.
And I'm like, but you ate half of it.
The best food be the hole in the walls.
Oh, definitely.
I'm on the sidelines rooting on. You do it, Steff. Shoot that three.
Get against them, bro. It's a reason why they in that league. They're cooking you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Welcome everyone to episode 11 of Weekly Deposit. We have two very special guests today, two young, hungry entrepreneurs, two go-getters in their field, two guys that know the street sneaker lifestyle, two guys with interesting stories to tell, who are building an empire one pair of shoe at a time. And my personal favorite about both, two funny guys. Let's give a warm welcome to Nico, Briscoe, and Stefan Williams. Welcome, guys. Welcome
to the show. Welcome
to Weekly Deposit, you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
We want to dive right from the get-go, right? This is one of my personal favorite questions because I'm an avid traveler. Yeah. Julian loves to travel. So we always ask our guests, what's the last place you've been to and what's the next place you're going to travel-wise?
I just left the Bahamas. I was in Nassau, Bahamas. And the next place I want to go to is Turks and Caicos. That's what I heard. I love beaches. I love water.
Yeah?
I love
the islands?
That guy loves Turks and Caicos.
I love Turks and Caicos. I've been there. Yep. How was the Bahamas?
Man, the Bahamas was great. It was, everything about it was dope, man. The food was great.
Yep.
The scenery was dope. The people are really nice.
Very hospitable, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about it is I always go to a country and I don't know too much. I don't do, I do a little bit of research on YouTube, but usually this stuff is a little dry. I was like, I got to go see it for myself. But what I did learn is there's a bus for $1.25 that runs you up and down the whole island pretty much. So I recommend anybody going out there, get on that 125 bus because I was paying $50 a ride back and forth. So I was like $450 in before I figured out that hack.
That's the bus. What were you doing? Uber, I'm guessing?
No, truck. Yeah, just taxis because they got taxis. They don't got Ubers out there. That's the cold thing about it. So they really, they corner the market with that. And then they, on top of that, everybody has a set price. So if you're going here to here, $30. Here to here, $50. And everybody's on the same page on the island.
Yeah, so then no one's trying to undercut nobody?
No one's trying to undercut. It's the same price, so you're going to have to pay that.
When you go to these places, Steff, do you like doing the touristy things or do you like kind of just going with the locals, trying to...
Locals. I ask a ton of questions. I'm one of them people that just ask, all right, where's the real good food at?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's a little bit off the tourism where I'm still safe? Yep. I'm one of them people.
The best food be the hole in the walls.
Oh, definitely.
Old grandma cooking it. When I was in Turks and Caicos, this run-down building, I'm like, what are we doing here? It's dark, it's this. Man, that was the best food I ever ate. Yep. She just whipped it up, and it was delicious. Nico, how about you?
I'm cheap, man. The last place I went to, I think it was Canada or something like that. I went fishing with my dad, but... you can ask Steff. I don't go nowhere.
Are you a big fisher?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called Lake of the Woods. It's like the edge of Canada and
boundary waters type thing?
It's like the edge of Canada and United States.
Yep.
But I always go out there with my dad every year.
Okay. Is it kind of a pastime, you and your dad?
Yeah. Because me and my dad, we're so busy. We live two separate lives. So it's our only time to really sit back and relax and hang out with each other. But I got to take my lady somewhere eventually.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Italy.
Italy?
Yeah, that's where my family's from. So,
Yeah.
I still have family out there too. So
I was just watching Rocky last night, the Italian stallion. So that's what's up. Where in Italy? Do you have a specific spot or your family's from?
So my family's from Cosenza.
Okay.
So I just want to go out there and kind of see where my grandma came through Ellis Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in New York. So
So proper immigrant.
Yeah, proper immigrant. Yep. And I just kind of want to go see the roots of where my family came from. So
that's cool, man. Yeah, Italy's a beautiful place. Up and down Italy is all beautiful. It gets a little sketchy in Sicily, but I heard it's still beautiful.
Yeah, for sure.
As for Turks, man, I could give you a bunch of stuff in Turks. Yeah. It's an amazing island. It's like 20 miles across. There's North Caicos, which is kind of more nature beauty, but not really like the hotels and whatnot and all that stuff. So it's a great time. I think those islands are more for relaxing than actually like partying or anything like that.
I want to relax out. Did you ride the horses out? Because that's a big thing. This guy rode the horses when he was out there.
I did not.
Yeah.
I did not ride them.
If you take you and your lady, I'll give you a good horse spot and you guys can kind of horseback ride through the ocean and stuff.
If you're into that type of stuff,
that's
it's okay.
Type of time.
Okay.
I'm on that time.
You don't watch his Instagram? You don't watch his Instagram stories?
Yeah.
You gotta be doing everything.
Yeah, I literally just go out to countries with my girl.
Yep.
And then that's it. You know what I mean? We go and get that peace of mind, relax by the beach, you know, and try a lot of food.
The waters are crystal blue. It's like beautiful. Man, we were on jet skis and I love jet skiing when it's like shallow water and it's no waves because you can really hit it. And then you get to see like little dolphins and stingrays and stuff like that. You just kind of see them because it's like very shallow water. You can hop out. It's like knee deep water. It's beautiful, man. You'll have a good time if you do go there. I went there during COVID, so it was kind of like a little less people, but I really enjoyed it.
My man got a good deal during that time. Oh, for sure. I wanted like 3 trips during COVID.
Bring round 2. No, the next question we kind of want to ask you guys is, how did you two meet and how did this idea for a sneaker store come about?
Honestly, like we've hooped together like back in the day, but I always used to run to him in LA. Like I remember remember when we was at Flight Club? Yeah. And we would just randomly like run into each other. Just so it'd always be like a quick what's up.
LA, a little more context. Los Angeles. Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, California. So I used to always be out there and I used to always just run into him at like the random spots, you know? I'd chop it up real quick, just quick, hey, what's up? Bye. And then I started like a store in Burnsville Mall. And it really just happened like out the blue. I was just at home and my brother was like, bro, you should just do something with your money. And because I'm always just starting like random businesses, concrete business, just seeing what works.
I've known for over the years. Yeah, I've known.
Yeah, so
you're
I just
an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I never work a 9 to 5 because it's just, I can't do the same repetitive stuff. I get so bored. So I'm just like, I got to do something different. So I started a store in the Burnsville Mall. And I kept calling him too. And I was like, bro, you got to put your merch in here. You got to put your merch in here. But he set me off every time. He would just be like, yeah, let's do it. And then never hit me. But I would hit him every day.
Yeah, You're persistent.
Every day.
That's one of great signs of an entrepreneur's persistence.
I would call him every day. And then it just kind of just meant to be. Like we crossed paths again. And I was like, bro, we got an opportunity. Let's open a store in the Egan Outlets. I'm like, you got the clothing brand and he got a good following behind him. I don't, but I know the sneaker game really good.
Yep.
And we kind of just clashed right there and then now it's history.
Steff, tell us about your clothing brand and how this all kind of came about with you. And when did you guys kind of see each other in LA? Was this 5, 10, whatever years ago?
About like 6.
Yeah, it was like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, because I was living out in LA at the time.
Okay.
So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because he, like he said, he was hitting me up a lot. You know what I'm saying? The consistency, and that's one thing. Like, cause I'm so used to people BSing me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, is you serious? But after I seen him, and then you get to thinking about stuff. Cause in my mind, I had the clothing brand, and I always thinking about opening up my own store. But this was a perfect opportunity because then I ran into some money, and I'm like, dang, I do. But I didn't know nothing about shoes. But at the same time, I knew how many people that I could bring. So I'm like, well, if I'm gonna bring all these people to your store, I need in. You know what I'm saying? So it only made sense. So when I got into we opened up a new location at the Egan Outlet Mall, and I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity. We went into the store, it was nothing there. We just chopping it up, and pretty much when I was like, yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? And then we got it going on.
I'm guessing you respect the persistency, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, because it's a professional way. We talked about this a lot on this podcast for entrepreneurs and stuff. Is that persistent? Because, like you said, a lot of people BS. A lot of people one time hit you up. Oh, let me grab coffee. This, that, whatever the thing is, right? Mm-hmm. And for one reason or another, you're like, oh, kind of play it off, whatever, one and done. But the person who's persistent, right, in a professional way, not in some like
I wasn't
crazy,
like annoying about it.
Yeah. No, of
but
course.
you let them know you're serious.
Yeah, I'm just like, because I knew, like, I don't have a crazy following like he did, but I'm so good with people like face to face.
Yeah.
So I know like what my value is, and I know what I can bring, and I know what he has going on too.
Yep.
So at first it started off with just like I said, try to get your clothes in here because he was selling out the car, but boom, 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 like he would sell out in like 2 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my store was kind of dead, it was the Burnsville Mall, but I still had the shoes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dang, we could both benefit from it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But then it was just like, all right, Burnsville Mall's dry. We got to go somewhere else. We relocated in a great mall. We just got there right place, right time.
Yep.
And now ever since then, like, honestly, it's like the best business partner I could have. Like, we have no arguments or nothing. Like, it's if we have a miscommunication, we just chop it up real quick. Boom, that's that.
That's
Handle
good.
and settle it. Yeah.
Like,
We just went to the store last weekend, was it?
Yeah, last weekend.
Yeah, we did a business
it's
highlight,
nice.
which will come out soon. And yeah, it's a fantastic store. Very,
appreciate
very
that.
nice,
Appreciate
very open, very inviting. People like to just come in, look at the great shoes.
Yeah.
So it's a very beautiful store. Is this the kind of the clothing?
this-
Tell us a little
Okay.
bit about the clothing you have on right now.
That's
a sneaker plug, man.
That's our first logo right there.
Okay.
That was just something to.
I
just
like
to
that
see
one. Do you
people
have any
bite on
more
it.
of those?
Yeah.
do.
We
Okay.
got a bunch of different stuff, and then we changed it to this one.
Yeah.
I like this one. It just kind of gives it like a finishing look. But I think they're both super dope. We started off with like the heat press or the vinyl stuff.
Yeah. We started off.
And we just tried so much stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like even just with business, I know a lot of entrepreneurs out there. They feel that they need X amount of dollars when you really don't. There's a machine called a Cricut. $200. And shout out to YouTube University.
Oh,
YouTube
man.
anything. You know what I'm
Crazy.
saying? At this time and age, like anything you need to start, you have the computer right in front of you, and you can literally go step by step by just typing it in
And figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out.
Yep.
We bought a Cricut, pressed it up.
Man,
That's how we started, and then we just keep getting better and better.
Yup. I learned how to tie a tie through YouTube.
to be
I learned
honest,
how to
That's how I came up with selling shoes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm not gonna
trying
lie.
to choke myself.
I'm not gonna lie. That's how I learned to like do the sneakers. Really,
Yeah.
Just like watching. Like I used to watch Cool Kicks all the time.
Yep.
And like everybody has like someone to look up to, right?
Yep.
But like in reality, can you get there? Like some people can. If they have the determination and drive. But like when you see someone from your own town do it, like we was talking earlier, it's different.
Yep.
So I would just watch Cool Kicks and be like, dang, that's like a hard to reach goal at that time for me. So then I would keep looking around and I saw younger people do it. Like maybe they have like 50 pair of shoes. That's
Yep.
more reasonable instead of going straight to 1,000 or 2,000 pair of shoes. So we kind of started off of that, or I started off of that, and I just learned how to check for fake shoes. Like replicas are so hard to, right?
Is that what's
Yeah.
killing the game right now? Is these replicas and fake shoes out there? Because I've
Man.
seen a lot on StockX.
You can
There's
get
been
finesse so quick.
Yeah. I've never bought from StockX myself.
Yeah.
If I'm buying online, I go to Flight Club.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like people have their 50-50 with StockX, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's just with anything you can, I feel like anything you could buy. But like a StockX is backed up by I think like Eminem and like a couple like big
celebrities.
Big
yeah.
celebrities
Okay.
own it. So I feel like they only did that to cover their butt. They took off the authentication thing just because.
I mean, saying a little Kendrick Lamar line, celebrity does not equal integrity. So it's like, I want
No.
people to know that just because a
Yeah.
celebrity back at something doesn't mean it's integrity.
I mean, yeah, but it's. I feel like it gives you kind of that cushion because you feel like as a celebrity, people watch you, so you don't want something to go bad blood.
Yeah,
with
you would think that, right? And you would think that mindset, but a lot of these
Yeah.
celebrities, quote unquote, just money hungry. So
Right.
they'll,
Yeah, that's-
they'll,
Yeah, they're getting a
That's-
check.
they'll
yeah,
promote
regardless.
anything,
Right.
right? So they'll promote anything as long as you put a check in front of
Yeah,
them.
no, that's
Yeah.
facts.
I also like what you said in regards to, because everyone starts somewhere. Even Cool Kicks started out at some place, and it's sometimes you look at the mountain like Mount Everest.
Yeah.
You're like, how am I ever going to climb that? But then you break it down into little steps. I'm going to take this first step.
I mean,
I'm going to walk this first half mile.
if you guys watch our old YouTube videos, we only had, like, when we opened our store, how many pairs of shoes do you think we had?
It wasn't that many.
Maybe like 80.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like looking back at the videos now, it's like we've progressed so much.
Yeah. I think you guys had over like 200 pairs over there.
Over 300 now.
Yeah,
so we have like 100.
It's a huge collection in there.
Yeah.
I was surprised when I walked. Like, I know you're doing your thing and I seen it online, but when I walked in there, I was like, damn, this is like bigger than Foot Locker. Like it gave me like that Flight Club experience, but just here in Minnesota.
It definitely took time, like, you know, and what a lot of people don't realize is like you don't make, like, just because you make the book say you make 100,000 don't mean you make that, but you got to put that back in.
Right.
So, starting with 80 pairs of shoes versus now over 300 pairs of shoes, there's a more wiggle room, more stuff to improve, and we're always looking for improvement. So
yeah, and even like you said, like just starting somewhere, I think that's very important because a lot of people out here aren't going to be able to get their store right away or all these things, but there is things that you can do at the house now. You can go and buy some shoes at Foot Locker and resell them. Start somewhere.
I mean, you're gonna make regardless.
I mean, you were selling out the car. He said,
I was selling out the truck like Master P.
And get it how you can get it. Steff, I was watching your YouTube page. Hilarious. A lot of funny videos on there. I would just want to ask you, how did that come about? Would you say you're like a YouTuber? And if people like, my son loves YouTube and stuff. He always like, I want to be a YouTuber, this or that. For people wanting to become, quote unquote, do YouTube videos, what's some advice you could give them?
He's the GOAT at YouTube.
Consistency, man. No matter what you're doing, the thing that separated me from everybody, I feel, is consistency. Because I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it for about 9 years, and I finally got my break about 2 years ago. So all of that stuff paid off. Like, everything really started, as far as like financially. Them checks really started coming, but I've been doing this. And
for a while. But I've seen some of your videos.
How did it start, though?
It started, it's interesting, man. Me and my boy, I actually was playing basketball at the time. I was at this Euro camp, and I met this guy named B-Dot. He's a really big influencer on social media. And
the basketball?
He does like the imitations. Of
so
like,
I
remember him.
We were at this basketball camp, and he did a video in his room on TikTok. Not TikTok, Vine.
Vine, yep, that's where I remember him from.
So
Vine.
I started my whole thing off Vine. So he actually was going viral. So I met him at the camp. He was playing on my team. And he was going viral. He made one TikTok video where he did some jumped into bed type stuff. But long story short, that was my boy, and we both got picked up to go play on this traveling team to go to Australia. And long story short, he was my roommate and everything, but pretty much he was like, man, get in this video with me. And I was like, all right. And then I got in the video, and then pretty much the rest was history, because then I dropped the video that went viral. But he was like my plug, so he reshared my video, so it instantly, he already was going viral. Got viral. So it was like I piggybacked off him, and then one of my videos went viral. So from then on, I'm like, it's sort of like I just jumped in the game, like sort of, because everybody's like, man, this is funny as heck. I'm seeing all the comments, you know what I mean? I'm like, well, shoot, I'm about to start doing these videos. And I just started doing it from there.
Well, I think from your videos, just seeing them over the years, I am a fan of your videos. But would you say like you're one of like the top comedians out there?
I think so.
Because it just do you think so? Because it's so natural. Like when I look at some of these videos and people trying to get famous, like I'm like, are you trying to be funny? But it's more like of a natural thing. And
that's the thing. Like I grew up just being funny, so I never thought I would be doing this, to be honest with you. I was straight basketball player. That was my whole life. But I was always funny growing up. But now it's like, man, let me take advantage of these platforms. You know what I'm saying? Let me just put out this work. And then so many people like the feedback. Everybody's like, man, you're funny as heck. So it damn near keeps me going in a sense. But I don't want to be no stand-up comedian.
Okay.
I don't want to be that. You know what I mean? I'm more like Ice Cube. I'll be in the videos, I'll be with the comedian, but I don't want to be the face of it. Nah, I'd rather be behind the scenes scouting talent, because I know what's funny. I know what's good work.
Yeah.
What I think is funny is like I went back on my old Facebook like in 2011 and I posted his video, but I didn't really know him like that. So now watching a video that like I posted and not knowing him and now being behind the scenes, it's still so funny because like it's so natural. It's like he could do it in one take, and it's so like
you've been doing it for so
long. It's like wow. It's like I'm watching
back
Mike
to the
Jordan.
word consistency. Steff, go back to that first video you said your buddy asked you to be in. What was that feeling and stuff like? Were you at first like hesitant, were you just like, let's just do it?
Super nervous. I ain't gonna lie, I was super nervous. I didn't know what to do. Overthought it. You know what I mean? I feel that's what. I don't mean to get off subject, but I feel like you can't overthink stuff. But, you know, everybody has to start from somewhere. So everybody starts from 0 followers at the end of the day, and then it's for you to figure it out through then. And I feel like the main thing that holds people back is the fear of failure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that you have to get rid of if you want to be successful, if you want things to pop. You got to put it out there. I don't care if you're putting out whack content. You know what I'm saying? Do it, because through time you're going to figure out the formula that works. I was putting out I ain't gonna say whack content. I was putting out some content that really wasn't taking me over the edge. I was getting views, you know what I'm saying? Cool.
But it wasn't blowing up.
It wasn't blowing up. Yeah. I mixed the formula up. I found something that worked. Boom. 1 year, 200 million views.
Taking off.
On a spread of different videos. But I was like, dang, this is the formula. I had the right idea, but I got to switch it up a little bit. And then again, I'm going to switch that formula up. And I'm learning as it goes. Like now I can do movies and all types of stuff. But,
man, I want to touch on what you just said there. Like the fear of failure. I was reading this great book and it was basically talking about there's three things that hold people back. Fear of failure, fear of success, and fear of judgment. Those are the three things that tend to hold people back. And once you can kind of get over those three things, you're kind of, and you said, like you said, the first video, we would go back and watch our first podcast. We're like, man, what the hell were we saying?
Hey, but you got to start from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Start from somewhere. So, man, I can't tell you how much of a reoccurring theme what Steff said in regards to consistency is on this podcast. Every guest we've had on here, whether it be real estate investors, whether they be CEOs of some company, whether they're entrepreneurs, whatever they are, they talk about consistency, right? Or gym people who go to the gym. You know, you're a basketball player, Steff, right?
Even basketball, you know that. You have to be consistent.
Yeah.
You got to be in there and get the reps up.
And the thing is like, even with basketball, I tell Julian all the time, I was like, how much of your time is spent training versus how much of your time is spent in the game? It's like probably 90-10. Right?
And you
like 90%
you should be training in season too.
Yeah.
Right?
You know?
So that's the thing, is this consistency, whether you're a business owner, whether you're a basketball player, whether you're a fitness guy, whether you're selling shoes, it's this consistency to continuously learn, continuously progress, rework the algorithm. You know, what works, what doesn't work, self-reflection. So, man, this is why we call this podcast Weekly Deposit, because we have guests on here that just drop gems.
I mean, I think what he said was like really good. That's how I really started too. It's like you can't be scared to take that leap. You know, I was in the union actually before all of this. I was making great money, and I walked away from it because I value my time more. Like I was working 7 days a week, overnights, like couldn't spend time with my family, even though I was making good money. You know, you kind of have to balance that out. But I was never scared to take a leap of faith. People are so stuck into society of like staying at their job because they have that paycheck as like a safety net. I didn't care because I'm like, now I have to make this money because I don't have a paycheck guaranteed on Friday. So that's why I feel like my hustle is just so crazy.
It's the sink or swim mentality. And a lot of people can't swim. You know, that's the reason why they stay with the job that they're at.
Look at how many people are unhappy, like at work, but they're too scared to quit and commit to something else.
Right.
Yeah, they have dreams and stuff they want to do, but like you said, sometimes fear of failure or maybe the opposite, fear of success. Because fear of success also stops a lot of people. Like, man, what if I get too successful and then people gonna I don't know you no more, or this or that. So that's also a big stopper of people. And then the last one, people judging you. Right? And it's usually I promise you,
throw it out the window.
I promise you, no person will ever judge you that's doing more than you. The only people that judge you are that do less than you. Right?
Or they just hating.
Yeah, and
another term for it.
Man, I love it. Bring him in.
You're gonna get that.
It's gonna motivate.
Yeah,
you.
it's as you start to go up the social ladder, you will get more people, who have that crab bucket mentality and want to pull you down. Right? Oh, Nico, what happened to the old you? This and that.
I get that every day.
Yeah. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Steff, what happened to the guy I knew in LA, this and that? So it's like, hey, I'm not that person.
You ever get that?
I was broke then.
That's what happened.
You see a check now. Of course I'm different.
Right?
No, but that's real, man. You're going to get judged. It's so funny because the video that took me to the next level was I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was a video with me and my girl out on a date, and I just met her, quote unquote. And then the bill came, and I'm arguing about splitting it. Like, no, you had this, you had this, and now she's furious. Like, what? You're gonna make me split the bill? You don't want to ask me out.
I've seen that one before.
And I'm like, but you ate half of this.
Yeah.
So I was in all types of women's groups, so many comments. So this was the first video that I was really like judged, and it was funny because this was a moment where I had to separate myself from my work. I'm like, this is entertainment. This isn't real, but I'm really arguing with people in the comments.
Yeah.
And then I stepped back. I said, I got to leave this alone because I'm really trying to explain myself.
Yeah.
But it's like, no.
That's your persona.
And the thing that made the video go so well and made the algorithm just make the video even do more because everybody was arguing in the comments.
Yeah.
Everybody's just speaking their mind on how they feel. So I'm just sitting back now like,
it's getting pushed everywhere.
It's getting pushed everywhere.
It's going on the Explore page.
Y'all fighting it for me. I just got to sit back because everybody has their own opinions on things, no matter what it is. And
controversy sells.
That's exactly what
There's
it
this quote, it's like, whether it's good publicity, bad publicity, it's publicity.
Hey, all publicity is good.
I think 50 said it. He said good promotion, bad promotion is all promotion.
Exactly.
I got a question for you, Steff. So since you've blown up on IG and Facebook and all that, do you have content creators that come out and reach out to you and want to do stuff, or like do you look at their brand and be like, I don't think we're gonna align? Like, are you picky about that, or are you open?
I know a lot of great I'm not picky, bro. I like to give everybody a chance and work, but like I said, it comes down to the consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a group of people that I work with, but if it's somebody new, I don't care if they got some huff stuff because I'm like the Cube. I know how to put people in position and sharpen them up and just give them game. But I'm welcome to work with anybody. Like I don't mind.
Wow, that's
I'm
big.
not like I ain't no Hollywood person. I'm really like I'll work with you. Like what you got? You got an idea? But a lot of people come to me with expecting for me to come up with all the ideas, and I don't really want.
And they just want to ride your coattail.
Yeah, and I'm like, nah, you come with an idea, and I'll jump in it, and you know what I'm saying. We'll do it together. I just don't want to be doing all the thinking.
No. It should be a collab. They reached out to you.
And maybe you can bless us with some tips and stuff like that, because obviously, we're all about consistency, putting out videos all the time. We got our magician behind the scenes, Alex. So we always try to do new videos, new stuff. Always just consistent, right? Some things hit, some things don't. It is what it is.
And utilize all these platforms, these free platforms that we have, because they're so dope, man. And you can really get out there. One clip, just say one clip from this interview, man. You take that down 15 seconds, put some slow music behind it, whatever music, put that on TikTok, whatever. That might be the video that takes you to the next edge and gets you 1,000. But you just got to be consistent. Keep putting them out and don't limit yourself to one platform. That's one thing that I'm getting better at. Like I'm spider webbing it all through all social media platforms because everybody's not just sitting on YouTube. Right. Everybody's not just sitting on Instagram. There's different fans in different worlds. I got 500,000 on Facebook, but I only got 100,000 on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? But and being up to date on the reels and stuff like there's shorts. They're pushing out content right now because everybody's in competition for our attention span right now. So everybody wants to keep you on their platform as long as possible.
Attention economy.
So you just gotta be up to speed on what's going on. And I'm always up to speed, YouTubing,
researching all the time.
I'm always researching, just trying to stay ahead of the game. With everything that's going on. So doing your research on anything is very important too for people out there. I don't know what business you have, just know what you're getting into. Because I see a lot of people, they'll get into something, but they're in their own world. They're scattered everywhere.
Yeah, they don't even know.
It's like just know what your goal is, and know where you want to go, and like you said, start back and take the steps. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a big mountaintop, but it all starts with the first step. And you ain't gonna get nowhere until you take that first step. and then keep stepping. Before you know it, you'll
be
closer.
there. You'll be on Mount Everest. I know.
Dropping gems. We want to talk about kind of some hobbies you have that's outside the sneaker world. I know, Nico, you mentioned you play basketball. Steff, you played basketball. What are some hobbies that you guys have that's just not sneaker related, that's completely like left field, like something like maybe like you like to read a book or you like to play the flute or something?
You like to read the book.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I hit the casino a lot. That's my hobby.
More of a vice, but yeah.
Right. Honestly, like just spending time with my son.
Okay.
Like, you know, my son has autism, so like it's, you know, it's a different way to communicate with your kid, right?
Okay.
Like, you know, you probably have it different than I do, but my son's nonverbal. So, you know, my hobby is really just trying to better him for his future. So I really love, like, I'll go get like sensory stuff or like just try to show him. Like, that's my hobby. I want to see my son do really good. So,
How old is your son?
he's 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, time flies.
Man, I'll tell you, I think the verbal will come usually with boys. They take a little bit longer.
Yeah, he's starting to talk more. Like, he can say a couple words.
Yeah, it just take a little bit longer. Like me personally too. Like my kid didn't talk until like 3, 4, this or that. Same with me and stuff like that. Whereas girls tend to pick that up way quicker,
very fast. Yeah.
right? But boys are a little bit more motor skills.
Yeah. Like he can do he knows sign language and stuff like that. So he goes to a center for autism right now, and even they say like he's gonna be in a regular school like by kindergarten. So we're just trying to better him and just give him the best future as possible.
That's good, man. Family man, that's good.
Yeah.
How about you, Steff? Is some hobbies that you like to do that's outside the sneaker game, the clothing game, something where you tend to relax or like to do?
Yeah, I like to read a lot. And,
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of my hobbies. Reading and researching on YouTube. I like those things. I used to do
Reading like the old school book way or Audible or what?
I do both.
Okay.
You know, when I got like a long trip, 30 minutes, I always put on a Audible book.
Yep.
Man, said a long trip, 30
and then
minutes.
I try to like read. I like just try to like keep reading and putting things in my brain because I don't like sometimes I'm just not good with like reading something once.
Yep.
Stopping. So I like to like pound it in there.
Okay.
Yep.
What's your favorite book?
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good book. I've read that book.
Yeah,
it's really good.
That's a really good one.
There's a movie to it too. I'll send it to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a movie to it as well too. That's really, really great. I think.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah. I think the first chapter in that book is about, was it Thomas Edison?
Yep.
And he and the school sent his mom a letter saying like he's failing, he's aka stupid, this or that. And his mom read the letter and she said, "Oh, the letter says," and he's asked like, "Mom, what does the letter say?" It said, "You're the best. You're too bright for this school. You too." You see how she changed the narrative, switched it up, and he grew up to be one of the greatest, minds of ever.
Yep. Yeah.
So great book. That's a great book.
Yeah, that's my thing, man. I like to read. Basketball is one of the things. I don't play it as much now. I just go in the league and drop 40 and leave.
What league are you in?
I'm in the UA, the Ultimate Hoops League.
He dropped 92.
It was fun.
92.
That was light work, man.
Man, what kind of league you in? Dropping 92.
Are you the one?
Hold on.
Are you the one that broke his ACL? Like,
never. Nah.
I had 25 threes. I'm a shooter, so
I'm smart though.
Huh?
I go on his team. I don't play against him.
Oh,
okay. Smart.
When it rains, it pours. I'm just a shooter. Consistency.
Nico don't play defense.
Nah, I just catch me on the 3.
Yeah. Basketball, I'm on the sidelines rooting on. You do it, Steff. Shoot that 3.
Are you gonna play in the Pro-Am?
I'm thinking about it. I'm really considering it this year.
Okay.
I haven't played in about 10, probably more than 10 years. I ain't played in it about like 12 years, but I think I'm gonna play in it.
You gonna do it this year?
Yeah, because I'm in shape now, so I can I can get up with the best of them.
Okay, we're thinking about having our own squad for the Pro-Am this year. I was talking a little ish to Dave because he said he's gonna get back out there
nice.
and play. Last year was really good too.
Yeah,
last year. Was really good.
The crowds. See, that's what
the exposure. Is real nice. So,
do you think for like basketball, for that stuff, is it more the conditioning or is it more of like the practice, the shooting, the muscle memory you need to get back into?
It's
both.
See, my shooting's good. It's the conditioning and the physicality because it's a different speed when you're playing with pros.
Yeah.
You know, like
man, they're cold.
Yeah, they're different. And that's what people don't understand. Like when you playing with college D1 college players and pros, like they move at a different speed.
IQ.
The problem is
everything's different.
The problem is they're all good. So it's like you're not gonna get on to one team and be like, "Oh, we gonna blow them out."
No,
like, every team got some killers.
You can be
on
killing all season in all these little leagues. You can be the nicest, but when you get pros,
exposed out there.
You get exposed for sure.
You get exposed out there.
Yeah, pros too. You get exposed, bro.
Yeah,
and that's why like you can see like a lot of NBA players are killing them pro-ams because they're so good. Maybe they might be riding that bench, but you get against them, bro. It's a reason why they're in that league. They're cooking you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's a big step up from college to NBA or NFL or whatever those pros is. It's like it's a whole different speed.
I honestly feel like college though is more competitive. To be honest, like rather than the NBA, because the NBA they already got a bag. They don't really got to do much. Yeah. College, you trying to get that
fighting.
bag, so you're fighting.
Yeah, you're fighting.
I feel that, but here's my take: is like the cream rises to the top.
Yep.
So like when you got that killer mentality, that Mamba mentality, I don't care. To be honest, if you want to be a great, it ain't even about the money. The money's going to follow the excellence.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you excellent at your game and you top, the money is going to come.
I'm just saying if you look at it, not like person to person, but I'm saying if you just look at the NBA as a whole and you just see how many people don't play defense or like just don't really care anymore. And then you watch a college game, like they're neck and neck the whole game. Like,
but what happens to those college players when you do give them a bag?
Do they
still have that same
NBA
hunger?
category?
Yeah, it's the thing.
That's important. That's where it comes down to like, do you truly love this game? Are you truly invested, or is it just for the money?
Yeah,
and that's when you see when they get to the league. It's like, oh, this player ain't working on this game no more. That's where the Mamba mentality,
He's out partying or he's out doing
he
this
taking
or that.
his game serious.
You
got too many distractions in the league, but in college you really don't. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's the big thing, especially when you get that money too. Then you got your cousin reaching out to you. You got your homeboys reaching out to you.
I feel like you would have a lot of distractions at college.
On that campus.
But it's different when you're going to have a lot of distractions.
But when you get that bag, when you're going out, like, hey, bro, let's go to the Bahamas.
Open up.
You know what I mean? So,
I was reading this book and it was talking about like, don't set goals, like create habits.
Yeah, because
if you create a habit, it's not just you're not just gonna end when you get to a certain point.
Atomic Habits,
right?
Yep. I read that book
1,000%. Yeah, that was so deep to me. I was like, dang, turn this into a habit instead of just having a goal.
Yep. They talk about getting 1% better every 1%, and it's like, and if you do that every day, they're talking about some like
the bikes,
the biking team. How they got better and they started winning.
Switching up. Like, how can we get 1% better on this bike?
Yep.
Adjust the seat.
Yep.
Adjust the clothing we wear.
The clothing
1% better, and they start killing it from
look
there.
at the like minor details they look at. It's like the most minuscule stuff you wouldn't even like, okay,
pay attention to.
Yeah, I'm going to drink this beforehand. I'm going to wear this. I'm going to pedal like this or whatever the case may be, right? That 1%. Yeah, that's a great book.
Just imagine, dang, that's deep. If you can get better 1% every day, just imagine where you'll be in a year.
But a lot of people don't
2 or 5 or 10. Man, not a lot of people. Man,
imagine that.
You guys, Atomic Habits, one of the best books. I promise you. Either grab it on Audible or grab the
we'll pull the book up. It's
a great book. Great books. Thank you, Steff. I appreciate you bringing that up. You guys, if we could put you in a hot tub time machine, right? And you kind of went back 5, 10, 15 years. What's a piece of advice would you give to young Nico? What's a piece of advice you would give to young Steff?
Invest in Bitcoin.
Facts. I tell him slow down. You only got one life. Old Nico is way different from new and improved Nico. Honestly, I would actually thank him because like my living situation is way different. Like I never really like shared my inside of the house, So like I went through some stuff, like some bad stuff. I was homeless almost my entire high school, but nobody really know. A couple of my homies know, like I was living hotel to hotel, some stuff happened where I was just by myself, like I didn't have a really good relationship with my dad at the time. My mom kind of went her own separate way. So it was just me. So it was a fight or flight situation. So I really say thank you because I think he made me who I am today.
Yeah.
And it just gave me that hustler mentality. If I didn't have it, I don't know where I'd be.
Yeah, and I think, just to tag on to that, me personally, like when I had my kid, it gave me a whole new like perspective, outlook. Like now it's not selfish, just me.
You're not living for yourself.
Yeah, I got to do this for him. I got to make sure he's good,
I mean, whatever. I've known Julian for a long time. Yeah. Like I can probably can say the same. Like I used to be wild, crazy, and now.
Oh yeah, there's a huge difference from what I've seen when I first met you to now. I mean, walk a little different, talk a little different. The maturity I see, and that's why I always tip my hat to you, because I'm like, yo, from where you came from. When I seen you at LA Fitness, you were a boy, but now like I see you're taking care of your family. You're thinking about your family. You're not putting that first. You're not trying to hang out with that crowd of the people no more. So it's just like
the crowd. It's great to see. Like
another
thing too is like, shout out to my girl. I've been with my girl for 9 years, so she was there for me since I was homeless, had nothing, $0, So she really kept me on that right path, and that's why I respect her so much.
The girl and the kids is a real anchor.
Super.
And they kind of really changed you, and 1% better every day. How about you, Steff? What would you tell young Steff?
Like I'll study more, like I used to didn't do my research on anything. Like I didn't take school serious, just, things that benefit yourself. And I remember like even back in, like basketball practice, like, coach said this to me and it really stood out. Well, now I understand. He's like, you're only cheating yourself. Like sometimes the coach would turn their head and I'll miss the line on doing the suicides, you know what I'm saying?
Cheating yourself.
Cheating yourself. And I was like, dang, like now that I'm older, I truly understand what he meant by that. You only cheating yourself, bro. Like, go full throttle. Get this workout
Touch that line.
Because it's really making you better. And that's what I would do, man. I wouldn't cheat myself. I would take it more serious and, study and really learn. Because now I'm reading like no other. Back then, you couldn't pay me to read. I'm like, hell no, I ain't reading. What is this doing for me right now? I need money.
Right.
But it's like, dang.
Man, I hope the young kids, if any young kids ever watch this, they kind of see, because, these guys been through the forest, and they're telling you where the traps are in the forest, where to go, the path, what to, like Steff said, me too, same. I was like, I wish I would have read more, learned more experiences, everything like that. I watched Rocky, just same thing what your coach said, where at that beginning where his coach is like, you got all this talent. He's like, and that's why I hate you, because you got all this talent and you don't apply it. And he's like, why don't you like me? He's like, because you talent and no application. What is that saying? Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
I think what another thing is too is like I turn my L's into like lessons. It's either a lesson, it's a lesson or a blessing. That's how I look at it. Like,
you have to.
But some people just dwell on the past for so long, they just let it affect them. And like if something bad happens, I just try to find good out of the situation. Like.
Gotcha.
Because you stuck with it regardless. You can't go back and change it.
Mindset is everything.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you guys hope for the future of your business? What does Sneaker Plug look like in 3, 5, 10 years from now? What do you both envision?
Man, branching off, we want to open a chain of the Sneaker Plugs. We want Sneaker Plug Miami. Sneaker Plug LA. But I got really high hopes for the business.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to expand though, and just keep growing, just how we did. Like, when we first started, 80 shoes. Now we got 300. Want 500 in there. Maybe even open a second location in Minnesota.
Okay.
But
is it a franchise model, or just kind of right now just keep it in house?
I mean, right now it's like home base. Because to be honest, like Steff, he travels so much. So like he's everywhere. So I feel like that's kind of like where we can like recruit. And get back to business. So it's like a heart, and now we gotta make the vessels to everything. So I think like our online is gonna go good. A second location is definitely coming. So I think right now we're focused on the home base. But eventually we want to just
building the foundation.
Because you gotta have that strong left leg. To take that step.
How do you even get started in the sneaker world? Like how does that even begin? I always,
to be honest, I don't even know. Honestly, like I said, my brother, I was just at the house and I had some money set aside, and my brother's like, bro, you should just try to do it. Like I've always loved sneakers. I could never afford them. So I used to get shoes at Plato's Closet, you know, and stuff like that. So I didn't really have that, you know, that money to get it. So now I did. And honestly, what people don't know is I used to sleep outside of Shields over in, I think it's Eden Prairie. And I used to wait for 16 hours for shoes to come out. I used to call my cousin. I'd be like, hey, come sit out with me. I'll give you $100 if you give me a pair of shoes. Or I'll go there with some money and I'll buy people's tickets. So, like, you only allow one men's size, one kid size. You only there for yourself. I'm going to buy your kid size. But I used to sleep out there for 16 hours. Then that's how I got
dedication.
All my shoes. I used to do it all the time.
Okay.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's and when you kind of think about all that stuff you did, you're like, man,
it paid off.
It paid off. I think one of the best feelings personally, and I don't know if you guys can attest to this, is when someone compliments your sneakers, right? Like you're out somewhere and someone's like, yo, those are raw. Those look cool. It makes me feel good inside. I don't know about you guys, but what would you say your favorite pair of sneakers are or shoes are, and why? Because, you know, Nico, when we talked to you in the business highlight, you mentioned
the Jordan 4s.
Yeah. You mentioned that each sneaker has a story behind it, a memory, a core memory unlocked.
That's, hey, you
right?
with yours. I already know what you're going to say. The 13s.
Yep. And so we want to know about your guys' sneakers. What's your favorite? What's the story, the memory behind it, and why it means something to you?
Yeah. I'll start. Yeah. The playoff 13s that just released like last week. Yeah, last week. Those is my favorite pair. I got about 5 pair already. I'm trying to get as many as I can, but
you can't even wear it.
Yeah, the reason I got them is I remember back in the day I couldn't afford them, but I was working. I worked hard for them. I was mowing lawns. This was the first time that I learned about like stacking and stuff, because I was like, all right, I gotta go to get these shoes. They're $200 or whatever, and I'm mowing lawns, $10. I just keep bringing them back to he was like a bigger brother.
Shoebox?
Yep, it was like a bigger brother. He kept it under his like TV stand or something.
Okay.
But I just kept coming back. But I remember I never got them, but I think one time it was someone's birthday and I just took all the money. I was close though. And I took all the money and I just went to the Mall of America and got all my friends' wristbands or something. Yeah. But I just remember those like so vividly, and just like, and what it reminds me of is like, you know, you're so close to something, you know what I'm saying, that you really want.
And you've been working hard at it.
Yeah. And then I was like, I finally got them, you know. And to be honest with you, when I got my first big check, I think it was like, you know, it was some bands. But right when I got it, I went to StockX. I literally spent about I spent it was like close to 10 bands on all the shoes that I couldn't get when I was a kid.
When you were a kid,
And I got those already, but it was just like I just kept going through the list. It's like buy 600, didn't care about the price. 600, it don't even matter. I ain't even know about the bids. I'm just buy now, buy now, buy now.
The bids will save you a couple dollars.
Yeah, but those playoff 13s, man,
That's awesome. And I think that's a huge thing to this new generation, where they want to skip the hard work part, right, and just get to the reward part. And trust me, it don't feel as good when you get handed that stuff or this or that. It just don't feel as good.
You gotta go through.
You
something
don't take care of
really.
You don't value it.
You don't value.
You don't value it at all.
Like
hey, you're cheating yourself.
Bro.
We just talked about it. You're cheating yourself.
Exactly. And Nico, I know you mentioned it in our business highlight, but why don't you tell the folks here again what your favorite pair of sneakers are and what core memory it unlocks for you?
Mine are the Jordan 4s, just because it's just like, honestly, it's like my older brother used to have them. I used to always take his, but he used to get so mad. I couldn't even wear them. I used to put trash bags in the toes and just try to wear them because I thought they were so cool, but we could never really afford stuff like that. So I was wearing K-Swiss and like Starberries and and shell toe.
You have the Spreewells?
We had the Spreewells with the spinners, the pump in it. Yeah. So it's like now we got like a Jordan. Like to us, that was like a mansion really in our head. So it's like I'm gonna wear them. So I used to just put them on, and I messed up all my brother's shoes, but I didn't care because that's all we had. So now it's like I look back at it like, dang, like I can have it. And it just feels good.
Yeah, it does feel good when you work hard for something, whatever it may be, whether it's sneakers, whether it's a car, whether it's not even about the material. It literally is just about the hard work you put into it to get that. That's just an object of that hard work.
Yeah. It's funny how all of our favorite sneakers is Jordans. retros at that. You know, because like back in the day, you couldn't really afford them.
Right.
Like mine is the 11. Like, and that was like my biggest shoe, and I never got them. Like even in high school, I didn't get them because I couldn't afford them at the time or when I was a shorty. But like around Christmas is when they always dropped, and I used to be so hurt. They still do. I used to be so hurt coming after Christmas break. And I was the only one with no 11s.
Yeah, had to hit them with
Mine
still in the mail.
I had the Shaqs. I had the KG was probably the highest selling shoe I ever got, and that was like $100, and my mom got them for me and everything. And so shout out to my moms.
One thing I respect about like how you said Shaq and like Stephon Marbury, they made shoes that was affordable that still kind of look good in that era for kids. So like I remember I used to get made fun of wearing K-Swiss. You know, it was all white.
The low tops?
Yeah, I used to get made fun of all the time. But then when I got the Marburys, I had the black one with the orange and blue, the white ones. Like now I actually like wasn't really getting made that fun of. So they kind of made the styles kind of decent.
Y'all remember the Filas with the strap? Oh man, I seen one cat get clowned. He was like, "Man, you got on the Forever I Love Atlanta's." I've instantly said, please don't buy those at the park." You know, because I grew up on the east side. Like it was at a park, and it was like 50 people outside. He had on the Forever I Love Atlanta's.
Man, kids can be ruthless.
Please, please.
I'm glad I didn't go to school now, because nowadays kids don't have a filter. Like
no, they don't.
It was a little bit. Now it's like
they have no respect. I couldn't imagine talking to a teacher like how these kids talk to now, or even like some of them are putting hands on them too,
or social media.
Or social media.
Social media wasn't around.
Yeah. What was you saying? You were saying something about, you was talking about the Shaqs and then the stomach, but you was leading to something.
Oh, I was just talking about kind of the Shaqs and everything, and my mom, seeing my mom work hard and everything. And at that time, I didn't think about it. Now that I'm a father and everything, I'm like, man, it's probably not good to just get your kid. You want to, like you said, mow lawns, shovel snow. I told my son the other day, I was like, work for him, because then you'll value them. Man, I remember when I got my first infrared 6s. It was like,
I like those.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, like I finally got some Jordans and stuff like that. Like it took me forever, but it was that value. Like, I worked real hard for these, same with like whatever the case, my house, my car, this office, whatever the case, it is a material item, and I'm not going to put my whole soul and everything into a material. I'm not that, but it just sometimes when I think about the work that I put into it, the trips you go to, right? When you're sitting there in the Bahamas,
you deserve to be there. You work for it.
Yeah, you're like, I work hard.
I don't know if you deserve to be
in this scenery, right?
Hey, sitting at the crib,
sitting in the store working 12 hours, watching
it. Another steak?
Nah, I think one thing too is like a question that I get asked is, since you own a sneaker store, what your kids' shoes look like. But honestly, like I think they go off of social media. I see a lot of kids, like celebrities, their kids wearing Gucci and Burberry. Man, my son wears, I go to the store, I can show him some light up shoes or some $1,000 Gucci shoes. He'll probably pick the light up ones. I'm gonna let him be a kid.
Let kids be kids.
Man, the one thing I'll say about kids stuff is like their feet grow by next week. Man, I hate buying my kid's shoes. Like I buy him shoes, and by next week it's like he's too big for him.
But you know what I mean though? It's like I'd let my son be son. Hey, if he wants a Mickey Mouse shirt, that's fine. I'm not getting him no Gucci shirt. Yeah. I can't do that.
No. Anything my kid that I think you got to work for it. Go shovel some snow, wash some dishes. I don't know what you want to do.
Get a job.
Either trade your time for money or come up with some type of idea to sell. And
honestly,
stuff like that.
You did that with your daughter. Remember?
Yeah,
in the store?
I do that with my
daughter. He does
daughter.
really good with his kids.
I teach my daughter how to like make money and loans and everything, but she's catching on quick. So she's understanding.
Hey, she started
so funny.
She started a candy store at our store. Sell out every day. Every candy be going.
But that's good. You get her into the cookies that's going on right now. That's a big craze. The Girl Scout cookies.
She actually just talked to me about that. So I'm gonna
You know what the funny thing is? Like when you do teach kids about money and stuff, like I remember my son was like, I want to go to one of those like little play arcades and stuff like that. Yeah. And there was like 3 levels, like, it's $20, $30, $40. And he's like, he had like 60 or 70. And I'm like, which one do you want? And he really wanted the $40 one, but he didn't want to spend the $40.
Hey, now he knows how we feel.
Yeah, exactly. So he was like, you know what, Dad, let me just go with the 21. And I was like, okay, you could go with the 21. I didn't show him, but when he walked away, I slipped in the 10. I was like, let him get the 31.
Yeah. The saying I like is I spend 1,000 faster than I spend 100. Yeah. Because like I really believe that. Like when I was younger, man, I thought $50, $20 was a lot, but now it's like
no, it's not.
$1,000 is going quicker than I spent 100.
Yeah, 1,000 go by quick now.
Quick.
Man, you guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys.
Really,
like you guys dropped so many gems on this podcast. I hope whoever's watching this, they see that. From Steff talking about how books and everything, from your experiences, from going to, basically homeless to building a business. So I want people to be motivated by those things. Yeah. Why don't you guys both drop your social medias, the Sneaker Plug social media, where people can find you guys, any sales or special giveaways you might have go right now, aka plug yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you can follow us at the Sneaker Plug Emran at Instagram. We also do live bidding on a new app called Whatnot.
Okay.
We've been on there for about a week or so, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Been on there for a week. It's the same thing, the Sneaker Plug Emran, and you can get, we're giving shoes away for $40.
I seen the giveaway stuff on the Instagram story. If you guys follow their Instagram, check out their stories. They're doing always giveaways. We're also going to have a giveaway when we do the business highlights, so we're going to do something for that too. Man, I remember you guys like giving Timberwolves tickets away.
We gave courtside tickets away.
How do I win that?
To the Warriors.
We need to put our bid in.
Yeah, we can't do that. Yeah, we gave courtside tickets away.
Honestly, we give so many shoes away. Like, we don't even broadcast everything we do because I feel like it's more genuine when you do it just out of the kindness of your heart. But we've given so much stuff away. I mean,
we did toy
tickets
drives.
away.
Yep, I saw that toy drive.
Yeah, we do a lot of stuff, but you could follow that journey with us.
Yeah, and that energy will reciprocate. It'll come back around tenfold. I've always been a believer of karma and how the universe works. You put good out there, good will return.
Honestly, though, I'll be happy even if it doesn't, because I know at the kindness of our hearts that we do it. You know, we gonna win regardless. So it's only right that we can take care of somebody that was in my situation at one time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Steff, how about you? Want to plug anything?
Y'all can follow me on social media at Steff Weezy, at STEFF _WEEZY, and then any other platform, just put Steff space Weezy and I'll pop up.
Number one on your search list.
YouTube. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Man,
everywhere.
Follow him so he can, when he posts those Turks and Caicos photos and videos, you guys can see how beautiful that place is. Sure. You guys, again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the business highlight. It was a pleasure talking to you guys. And we want to have you guys come back when you have that next store, that next milestone. We would love to have you guys back, and we'll do another kind of whole sneaker one. But you guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. And you guys, this is Weekly Deposit, episode 11. Comment, subscribe, drop a like, and let us know what's your favorite pair of sneakers and what core memory it unlocked in the comment section.
Appreciate you.
All right, you guys.
All right, we're out.
Appreciate y'all.
Take care.